the practical to be discussed today is clotting time, determination of clotting time. So what is the clotting time? First of all, we have to know what are the methods that are used for the determination of clotting time. First method is capillary tube method. It is the common method, and this is the method that we'll perform in our practical. The other methods are drop method, and third one is Lee and White whole blood clotting method. So first of all, we should know what is the clotting time. It is the time taken by the clotting factors of blood to start hemostasis and the production of proteinaceous web of protein thread to form fibrin clot. So this is the definition that you people should know. The second thing is the normal clotting time. The normal clotting time is 5 to 10 minutes. So other things that are required for you people to know are the conditions in which the clotting time is increased, and these conditions include the von Willebrand disease, and the other conditions are also written in your practical notebook. So first of all, I'll explain the practical to you people, and then I'll perform it. The apparatus that is required for the capillary tube method involves the following things. First is subject, second is swab, third is lancet, fourth is capillary tube, and fifth one is the stopwatch. So what are the precautions that are required for you people? First is there are no air bubbles in the blood column of capillary tube. Second is capillary tube should be kept horizontal between your palms. Third, the time should be noted when the blood starts entering into the capillary tube. So now I'll perform the practical in front of you people. Calculation of clotting time with the help of in the method of capillary tube. First 5 things are required. One is stopwatch, second is the spirit swab, third one is the capillary tube, and fourth one is lancet, and fifth one is the subject. So first of all, clean the finger of the subject with the spirit swab. Then with the help of a lancet, give a deep prick into the finger and the blood starts oozing from the finger. The first drop of blood is discarded, and with second drop of blood I have started filling the capillary tube, and as soon as I have started filling the capillary tube, I have started the stopwatch. Okay. So in this way the capillary tube is filled. As you people can see, there is no air bubble in this tube. So you have to be careful enough that there should be no air bubble in this tube. So now there are only 2 things required. One, stopwatch, and second, this capillary tube. So you have to break the capillary tube into pieces. The first break should occur after 3 minutes, and it should be 1 centimeter break. So we are waiting for 3 minutes to occur, and after 3 minutes we'll break this into first piece, that is 1 centimeter piece. So as you people can see, the stopwatch has started showing us the 3 minutes time. So first piece you have to break 1 centimeter piece after 3 minutes in this way. Put it in this way. And the next piece you have to break it with 30 seconds. After 30 seconds you have to break the next piece. In this similar way, you have to break this tube, capillary tube, into small pieces, and the last piece would be counted that piece in which you can see the fibrin thread formation. So that is, at that time you see the stopwatch, and that would be your clotting time. And in normal persons, the clotting time normal value is from 5 to 10 minutes. The last thing that we have to discuss today is about the previous last question that you people were saying CT scan, bone marrow. So when you people are saying about the secondary thrombocytopenia, and first thing is pancytopenia. So for pancytopenia, there's no need for you people to do the bone marrow biopsy as the first option. First of all, you have to do the blood tests. In the blood tests, you will see every cell count, every cell line decreased. So blood tests are required in this pancytopenia. In pernicious anemia, there must be some history of gastrectomy or any other thing. And in the peripheral blood smear, you people can see the megaloblastic anemia, that are the blast cells formation. And in drug reactions, that is the third point, there must be some history of drug intake, there must be some history of radiation. So otherwise, that would not be causing the secondary thrombocytopenia. So in case of hypersplenism, it is a functional defect. So it is not a structural defect that you people think that spleen would be enlarged. No, spleen would not be enlarged, but it is the functional defect. So in the case of hypersplenism, you people can see the more RBCs broken. And in leukemias, you people can also see the blood smear. So in this case, in all the conditions, first option, you people should not consider the bone marrow and CT scans. In case of hypersplenism, go for ultrasound abdomen. This will help you people. In case of pancytopenia, go for blood culture, go for blood picture. In case of pernicious anemia, go for peripheral blood smear. And in case of drug reactions, you must be having some drug intake history. So that's all for this practical.
Discuss about the clinical significance of the clotting time. So with the help of clotting time, if it's increased, if it's prolonged, it will tell us that there is deficiency of some of the clotting factors, because clotting time is prolonged in case of deficiency of clotting factors. So detailed investigations should be done to investigate that which one of the clotting factors is deficient. So the initial testing requires the two tests. One is prothrombin time and second is activated partial thromboplastin time. So next we'll go towards the questions of this practical. So first question is, what is hemophilia? It is basically a rare blood disorder in which the blood does not clot because there are certain clotting factors which are deficient. And it has two types. One is hemophilia A and second one is hemophilia B. In hemophilia A, there is deficiency of factor 8, and in hemophilia B, there is deficiency of factor 9. Second question is, what are the conditions in which clotting time is increased? So there are the two conditions. One is hereditary and second is acquired. In certain people, there is deficiency of clotting factors from birth. That is, there are certain diseases which are hereditary, and that include hemophilia A, hemophilia B, and von Willebrand disease. And when we'll go towards the acquired diseases, it includes the deficiency of vitamin K, either due to vitamin K malabsorption or decreased intake. So there would be deficiency of vitamin K dependent clotting factors. That include factor 2, factor 7, factor 9 and factor 10. Third thing is the liver disease, because liver is the main organ for the synthesis of the clotting factors. And third is DIC. So the third question is name of the clotting factors. So the first is fibrinogen, second prothrombin, third tissue factor, fourth calcium, fifth one is proaclerin. The name to the factor 6 is unassigned till now. And factor 7 is proconvertin. Factor 8 is anti-hemophilic factor A. Factor 9 is anti-hemophilic factor B, and it is also called as Christmas factor. So hemophilia B is also called as the Christmas disease. Factor 9 is Stewart powder factor. Factor 10 is basically Stewart powder factor, and factor 11 is plasma prothromboplastin antecedent. Factor 12 Hagman, and factor 13 is fibrin stabilizing factors. The other factors include the factor 14, prekallikrein, factor 15, HMWK, factor 16, von Willebrand factor. 17 is antithrombin 3, 18 is heparin cofactor 2, 19 is protein C, and 20 is protein S. So for easier study and for easy learning, there is a mnemonic for these factors. That is, foolish people try climbing long slopes after Christmas. So one factor, that is factor 6, is skipping in this mnemonic. So F for fibrinogen, P for prothrombin, T for tissue factor, climbing C for calcium. Long, that is long is for proactyrin, slopes, and when we'll go towards the slopes, that is the Stewart powder factor after Christmas. And some people have fallen. In this way, all of the factors that are till factor 13 are explained in this mnemonic. So this is all for today's practical.